Let me tell you about a man named Robert. Robert is 64 years old. He drives a 5-year-old truck, wears clothes he bought at Costco, and hasn't been on a vacation in a decade. If you passed him on the street, you wouldn't look twice. He is invisible. But Robert has something that makes him more attractive than a 25-year-old fitness model. He has a paid-off mortgage. He has a pension that hits his account like clockwork on the first of the month. He has a 401k that has been compounding quietly since the Reagan administration. And because of this, Robert is in danger. This year alone, 2 women have tried to move into his house. One played the damsel in distress, crying about her rent going up. The other played the caretaker, promising to cook, clean, and look after him if they just made things official. Robert isn't George Clooney. He isn't a billionaire. He is just a man who survived long enough to become a target. If you are a man over 50, divorced or widowed, with your finances intact, listen to me very carefully. You are not just a bachelor. You are a lifeboat. And there are people drowning in debt who are looking at you not as a lover, but as a rescue mission. In this video, we are going to expose the soft heist. We are going to discuss why women who wouldn't have looked at you 30 years ago are suddenly fighting for your attention. We will break down the 5 psychological signs that she is after your deed, not your heart. And we will teach you how to protect the legacy you spent a lifetime building. Welcome to the Aphorism Archive. Let's look at the uncomfortable truth. Here is the thing nobody tells you about aging as a man. For a long time, you become invisible. You walk into a bar, nobody cares. You walk through a grocery store, nobody smiles. You are just part of the furniture. You spent 40 years being the provider. You were the fixer. You were the guy who showed up, shut up, and handled the business. Maybe you went through a divorce that gutted you emotionally. Maybe you lost your wife and realized that the silence in your house is louder than any argument you ever had. You have become accustomed to the silence. And then, suddenly, the lights turn on. You meet a woman. Maybe she's a few years younger. Maybe she's the same age. But she sees you. She laughs at your jokes. She touches your arm. She asks you questions. She looks at you with a level of admiration you haven't felt in decades. It feels like rain in a desert. When you have been thirsty for that long, you don't check the water for poison. You just drink. But you have to ask yourself the brutal question, why now? Is it because you suddenly became more handsome? Is it because your personality became magnetic overnight? Or is it because you have crossed the finish line of the economic race, and she is realizing she never even started running? In your 20s and 30s, women wanted excitement. They wanted the bad boy, the mystery, the potential. But at 60, potential doesn't pay for knee surgery. Excitement doesn't pay the property tax. At 60, the most attractive traits a man can have are stability and solvency. You represent the one thing she cannot build for herself anymore, time. You cannot compound interest backward. If she has reached 55 or 60 with no assets, no house, and no savings, she cannot work her way out of that hole. The math doesn't work. So, she has 2 choices. Work until she dies in poverty, find a man who did the work for her. This isn't cynicism, this is survival. And that is what makes it so dangerous. She isn't necessarily a villain twirling a mustache. She is desperate. And a desperate person will convince themselves that they love you, as long as you are the one paying the bills. Before we get into the signs, we need to understand the battlefield. We need to look at the numbers, because numbers don't lie, people do. Statistically, women retire with significantly less money than men. Some studies say up to 40% less in their pension accounts. There are a million reasons for this: wage gaps, time taken off for children, different career choices. We are not here to debate the politics of why it happens. We are here to deal with the reality that it has happened. So, you have a demographic of women entering their senior years facing a terrified reality. Social Security isn't enough. Rent is skyrocketing. Inflation is eating every dollar. Then, there is you. You have the big three. The paid-off house, the pension/annuity, the life insurance policy. To a woman staring down 20 years of poverty, you look like a winning lottery ticket that just needs to be cashed. You will often hear this framed as a fair trade. She brings care. She brings companionship. She brings a woman's touch. She thinks, I will cook for him, I will clean for him, I will take care of him, and in exchange, I get security. On the surface, that sounds like a traditional arrangement. But here's the problem, you already did the hard work. You built the house. You saved the money. If she moves in, she is acquiring a lifestyle she did not earn, instantly. You are acquiring, what? A roommate? A nurse? If you needed a nurse, you could hire one. And the nurse wouldn't ask to be put on the deed to your house. The nurse wouldn't ask you to change your will. The danger comes when you confuse a transaction for a romance. She is solving a math problem using your bank account numbers. Why are you the perfect target? Why doesn't she go after the rich 40-year-old? Because the rich 40-year-old is Shark Tank aware. He has grown up in the era of prenups and internet warnings. He is guarded. But you are from a different generation. You grew up believing that people are generally good. You grew up believing that if a woman is nice to you, she likes you. You possess a level of gratitude that makes you vulnerable. You are so grateful to be seen again, so grateful to have someone to eat dinner with, that you lower your shields. And here is the darkest part of the psychology. She knows she doesn't have to pretend for 40 years. If she meets you at 65, she only needs to keep the act up for 10, maybe 15 years. She isn't looking for a life partner to grow old with, she is looking for a soft place to land while she waits for you to leave the building. Statistically, she knows she will outlive you. Women live longer than men. She is playing the long game. She is betting on her longevity against your mortality. It's morbid to say it out loud. It feels cruel. But I promise you, when she is lying in bed at night thinking about her future, she has done this calculation. You need to do it too. Now, let's get specific. How do you spot this woman? She doesn't wear a sign that says gold digger. In fact, she often looks like the girl next door. She looks like the nice lady from church. She looks like the high school crush who reconnected on Facebook. Here are the 5 concrete, observable signs that she is auditing you, not dating you. Sign 1, the financial interview. It's date number 2 or 3. You are having coffee. The conversation is flowing. And then, casually, she starts dropping the probes. So, have you lived in that house a long time? Do you own it outright? It must be nice to be retired. Did you have a good pension from the factory? Who handles your finances? Do you do it yourself? Listen to me, this is not small talk. In the dating world, asking about a man's assets before you know his middle name is a massive red flag. A woman who is interested in you asks about your hobbies, your childhood, your ideas, your dreams. A woman who is interested in your utility asks about your solvency. She is checking to see if you are a high-value target or a waste of time. One man in our community told us a story. He was dating a woman for a week. She asked if he had long-term care insurance. He thought she was being caring, worrying about his health. No. She was checking to see if his nest egg would be drained by a nursing home, or if it would be preserved for her inheritance. If the financial interview happens in the first month, run. Sign 2, the liability transfer. This is the most uncomfortable question, but you must ask it. What does she actually have? I don't mean inner beauty. I mean assets. The pattern is almost always the same. You have the house, the savings, the car. She has a story. Usually, it's a sob story. My ex-husband took everything. I devoted my life to my kids and forgot to save. I've just had bad luck. And look, maybe that is true. Life is hard. But you are looking for a partner, not a dependent. If she is 60 years old and has zero assets, zero retirement plan, and $30,000 in credit card debt, she is not entering a relationship with you, she is filing for a bailout. Be very careful of the debt confession. It usually happens 3 or 4 months in, once you are emotionally hooked. She will sit you down, maybe cry a little, and tell you about her financial struggles. She owes the IRS. Her car is about to be repossessed. She tells you this because she knows you are a fixer. You are a man. You solve problems. She is waiting for you to say, "Don't worry, babe. I can write a check. I can help." The moment you write that check, the dynamic shifts forever. You are no longer her lover, you are her ATM. Sign 3, the isolation protocol. This is the most dangerous sign because it attacks your support system. A woman who wants your assets knows that there is one major obstacle standing in her way: your children. Your adult children are the first line of defense. They are the ones who will say, "Dad, why is she asking about the will? Dad, why is she moving in so fast?" So, she has to neutralize them. It starts subtly. Your daughter is so controlling. Does she always tell you what to do? Your son comes over a lot. I feel like we never get any privacy. I just feel like your kids don't respect our love. Maybe we should spend Thanksgiving just the 2 of us this year. She frames it as us against the world. She frames it as romance. But it is actually isolation. If she can get you to stop talking to your kids, she removes the alarm system. She removes the witnesses. If you find yourself arguing with your children, who you have loved for 40 years, because of a woman you met 6 months ago, wake up. You are being isolated. Sign 4, the rush for paperwork. If you are dating in your 20s, moving in together takes years. Marriage is a distant thought. But in a retirement rescue mission, speed is the weapon. She moves fast. Why are you paying for this big house all alone? It's lonely. I should move in. I can cook. I can take care of you. It's silly to pay 2 sets of bills. Let's consolidate. And then comes the deed conversation. This is the kill shot. Honey, if something happens to you, I'll be thrown out on the street. I just need some security. If you love me, you'd put my name on the title. Just so I'm safe. It sounds reasonable, doesn't it? She just wants to be safe. But the moment her name is on that deed, you have lost 50% of your net worth instantly. And if you die, she gets 100%, and your children get 0. The prenup trap. Some men think, I'll get a prenup. Prenups are for divorce. She isn't planning on divorcing you. She is planning on staying right there until the end. If she's your wife when you pass away, or if she is on the deed, the prenup doesn't matter. The survivor takes it all. Sign 5, the grief vulture. When did she show up? Did she appear right after your wife's funeral? Did she slide into your DMs right after your divorce was finalized? Did she show up right after you had a health scare? Predators look for blood in the water. When you are grieving, you are weak. Your defenses are down. You are desperate for comfort. The grief vulture swoops in with a casserole and a shoulder to cry on. She listens. She nods. She tells you that you deserve to be happy again. She bypasses your logic and goes straight for your emotional vulnerability. If the romance feels like a whirlwind that started when you were at your lowest point, slow down. Real love can wait until you are healed. A rescue mission cannot. Most men worry about divorce rape. They worry about a woman taking half and leaving. But the woman targeting the older man isn't interested in divorce courts. Lawyers are expensive. Judges are unpredictable. The retirement rescue mission has a much cleaner endgame, widowhood. If she marries you, she becomes your next of kin. She gets the Social Security survivor benefits. She gets the pension transfer. She gets the house tax-free. She gets the life insurance. And she gets to play the role of the grieving widow. She gets the sympathy of the community. She doesn't have to be the evil ex-wife. She gets to be the saint who was with him at the end. Meanwhile, your children are left disinherited, watching a stranger live in the house they grew up in, spending the money you worked 50 years to save. This is not a horror story. This is a common legal reality happening in probate courts all across America every single day. It is the survivor strategy. And it is 100% legal. I know this is heavy. I know some of you are feeling angry or paranoid right now. I am not telling you to become a hermit. I am not telling you to die alone. Companionship is beautiful. Love is beautiful, even at 60. Especially at 60. But you must enter the arena with your eyes open. You must date with protocols. Here is how you protect yourself without becoming bitter. 1. The time filter. A woman running a scam is on a clock. She has bills to pay. She needs security now. She cannot afford to date you for 3 years without moving in. So, slow it down. Make a rule, no cohabitation for at least 2 years. No marriage conversations for at least 3. If she genuinely loves you for you, she will wait. She will enjoy the dating phase. She has her own life, so she isn't desperate to merge into yours. If she starts pressuring you, getting angry, or giving you ultimatums after 6 months, you have your answer. She needed a lifeline, not a boyfriend. 2. The no test. This is the most powerful tool in your arsenal. Say no to a financial request and watch her reaction. If she hints about needing help with a bill, say, "I'm sure you'll figure it out. I believe in you." If she hints about moving in, say, "I really value my own space right now. I love what we have, let's keep it this way." A woman who loves you will respect your boundaries. A woman who needs your resources will flip a switch. The mask will fall. She will call you selfish. She will get cold. She will withhold affection. When she punishes you for not opening your wallet, that is the signal to exit. 3. The estate firewall. Do not trust yourself to make decisions when you are in love. Love makes you stupid. Oxytocin is a drug. Go to an estate attorney before you get serious. Put your house in a trust. Lock your assets down so that even if you wanted to give them away in a moment of passion, you can't without jumping through hoops. Tell any potential partner, "My estate is already set up for my children and grandchildren." That is set in stone and cannot be changed. Watch her face when you say that sentence. If her face drops, if the light goes out in her eyes, you know why she was there. 4. Vet her like she vets you. Stop being afraid to ask questions. She asked about your house. She asked about your pension. Turn the tables. What is your retirement plan? How much debt are you carrying? Why didn't you save for the last 30 years? If she gets offended, tell her, "I am looking for a partner, not a dependent. I need to know we are on the same footing." You have earned the right to ask these questions. You bring the table, you get to decide who sits at it. 5. Trust your gut. You have lived 60 years on this earth. You have survived jobs, bosses, heartbreaks, and crises. You have an instinct. If something feels too good to be true, it is. If she is too interested, too eager, too perfect, pause. If you feel a knot in your stomach when she brings up money, listen to the knot. Don't let your loneliness shout down your intuition. Your intuition is your ancestors whispering to you. It is your survival mechanism. Listen to me, brother. You worked hard. You punched the clock when you didn't want to. You paid the mortgage when money was tight. You sacrificed for decades to get to this point of freedom. That freedom belongs to you. It belongs to your children. It belongs to your grandchildren. It does not belong to a stranger just because she smiled at you in the grocery store. The greatest asset you have at 60 is not your house. It is not your 401k. It is your peace. The ability to wake up in the morning, drink your coffee, and answer to no one. The ability to sleep soundly knowing your legacy is safe. Don't trade your peace for a nurse with a purse. Don't trade your legacy for illusion of intimacy. If you find a woman who has her own life, her own money, and her own peace, and she wants to share yours, that is a blessing. Grab it. But if you find a woman who needs your life to fix hers, lock the door. I want to hear from you in the comments. Have you seen this happen? Have you seen a friend or a father lose everything to the retirement rescue mission? Drop your story below. Your story might save another man's life. If you are new here, subscribe to the Aphorism Archive. We are building a brotherhood of men who refuse to be victims. Protect your heart. Protect your wallet. And above all, stay free.